So I'm back in classes now for the summer semester, all right? And basically, it's online courses now for the summer for whatever reason. I don't know. I didn't pick it, but over the summer they're like, yeah, all your classes are online now. So, last Monday, classes started up again. So I go onto the website, already I've got everything in order, by the way, paid for. We're all good. We're looking clean. All right. I get there at 10 a.m. I'm on the website. I'm ready for the classes to open. We're all good. There's no like Skype calls or Zoom meetings or anything like that. It's just like they send you videos to watch and then you do the assignments. So I guess you could do it whenever, but I tried to, get a good schedule going. I wanted to be there when it opened. So 10 a.m., I'm on the website, I'm refreshing the page. I go to where the classes are listed there. I click on the class, nothing. A blank screen. So I'm like, all right, the teacher, they're a little bit late. 10:30 comes around, nothing. 11, nothing. So basically, what ends up happening after that point, I go on to, after I can't figure anything out because I got the technological literacy of a Victorian man. So I go and call, I end up having to call somebody. Um, and basically, the person says, yeah, the website's kind of fucked up, so you're going to have to call the IT people the next day. Um, or rather, what they say is that basically the teachers have to manually sign me into the class. So I got to send the teachers an email, all right? So I send to the teachers an email, and they say, well, the teachers will probably get back to you tomorrow. So I wait. The next day comes around, all right? Keep in mind, the classes have started by this point, so I'm already a day behind by then. So next day, nothing. I don't get any response emails, all right? And it's not until like 8:30 p.m. this next day, one of the teachers, only one of them responds, and he says, yeah, we can't do this. You got to contact the IT department. So at that point, I'm like, all right, you know what? Putting on the big boy britches here. Go down to the building and talk to somebody. Start flipping tables and throwing chairs and shit. Until I get an answer. All right. So I go down to the building the next day. The next morning, it's like 9:30 a.m. or 10 a.m. or something like that. Get to the building, and I end up having to go to the desk and I talk to some 19-year-old fuck who doesn't know what they're doing. So I end up leaving briefly. I go to the campsite. I do some yard work, some mowing and stuff, try to mull over my options. And my option is that I take my butt back over to the college, figure it out again. I end up just telling the person that I want to talk to a technical person, and they're like, yeah, we're kind of advisor is the one who has to sign you in, and they're all booked up for today, but we can schedule you for this other day. And I'm like, listen, chief, can we just take a look at the website and see what's wrong? And they do. The next person I talk to this time, they're kind of helpful, and they get there and they're like, oh, you can't just click on the class that's listed there, because they have a list of classes and you could just click on it and take you to the class and the assignments and all that, which is what I did last semester. But the person's like, yeah, the website, it's a little fucked up. You can't just do that. So you gotta click on this thing and go here and do that in order to get to the classes. And I do, and it works. And so I'm like, that's really stupid, but I'm not gonna complain about it as long as I can get into my classes. And I do for that week. So, over the weekend, I distinctly remember saying something to the effect of, well, I'm gonna be lucky if I go the rest of the semester and the website doesn't have any problems. The very next day, okay, today, so this morning, I get onto to the website again, like 10:30ish in the morning. Get onto the website again. I can't log in. Granted, It's not because of the website, it's because the internet here at this house was a little screwed up for whatever reason. So I go from here over to the other house, to my dad's house, um, and I go there and I try to go onto that computer because that one doesn't have any problems with the Wi-Fi. I think it was just my little computer that had the problem. Maybe I don't fucking know. Again, technological literacy of the Victorian man. All right. So anyway, I go to that computer. Get onto the website. I go to log in. They have to do the thing where they're like, oh, you gotta type in your phone number and we'll send you a text message because we want to make sure that you're not, you know, a spy, or you're not like a scammer, or you're not trying to hack into the mainframe or some shit to get into the website. I don't know. And this is on top of having a password you gotta type in, by the way. So I do all that. I get the text message. I put it all in. I'm getting ready to go. I'm putting my thinking cap on. All right. I'm getting going, and all of a sudden I get a pop up, and it says, in order to sign in, you have to download the Microsoft Authenticator app on your phone and then scan a QR code. Why the fuck do I need to do that? Alright? This is today, alright? I was on this website over the weekend and last week, alright? And I didn't need to do that. So why do I suddenly need to do that now? And like, I'm not downloading a Microsoft app onto my phone. I'm just not doing it, alright? And I'm certainly not gonna download a MicroDick app on my phone just so I can access the classes that I already paid for, alright? So I call up the place and I'm like, the fuck's going on, dude? I don't say it like that. I'm a little nicer, alright, about it. A little. So I go on and I call the person. They're like, yeah, so you're gonna have to probably download this shady ass app onto your thing and all this other shit. And I'm like, well, I can't do that anyway because I'm not. Mm, mm. First of all, it's not my computer anyway. I'm not just gonna start downloading some shit onto there, alright? Or onto my phone or anything like that. And they're like, well, yeah, that's a little weird. There should be a thing that just says skip this step, but it's not there. So, anyway, and then the person's like, well, I'm gonna send you a link to download this other thing so we can do a FaceTime meeting. And I'm like, listen, home slice, I'm just gonna come in tomorrow at like 11 and we'll figure it out in person. And then he's just like, all right, see you there. And then that's it. So I didn't get onto the website this morning again. This website is fucking terrible for this college. The college is fine. It's just the website sucks ass. And everyone I know has always had problems with this website. Literally everyone. And this isn't the first time I've had these issues either. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to update on how well that goes tomorrow if I can get this solution solved or anything. Just need to complain about it a little bit. But yeah, guarantee I'm still going to have more issues after this. Guarantee it. I always have problems with technology, alright? But this website, it's abysmal. It sucks. I don't like it. This is why I like doing classes in person. As antisocial as I am, I'd rather be doing this shit in person than online. So, that's kind of just that. So, yeah. Not even a thumbs up. We'll do one of these. A middle thumb. Depending on how it goes.